up, people? It's your boy Tycoon Tony. I had a subscriber write me and ask me, how do you start a business? So I responded. I said, well, it's kind of vague, but I can kind of give you an outline of what I did for one of my businesses. So one of my businesses, I own a transport company. So how I even got into that was I always wanted a business for myself. What kind of business that was, I never had a clue. How it come about was my employer, my full-time job that I was working, this was around COVID. So at the time, that's when, the COVID shot was around and all that stuff. So basically my employer said, hey, this was in November, I believe. And my employer said, hey, if you guys don't get the shot by January, they didn't say that they were going to fire us, but they pretty much said, hey, they made it seem like they were going to fire us. So half the guys ran out, went and got the shot, and all that jazz, where it was a handful of us that were kind of waiting around to see what the outcome was going to be. So me, my thinking was they can do whatever the hell they want to do at any given time. So let me go ahead and make some moves just in case they want to get stupid, right? So I filed for an LLC. I got that going, so I went through LegalZoom, filed, all the necessary papers that I need to file. So what I did was I chose a hobby of mine, I guess you could say, that I was already doing, that I've been doing, and I just looked at it, hey, I could start making money for this, okay? So I got into the transporting because I've always had a truck. I've always, had a vehicle that could either haul stuff or I could pull trailers, so people always called me to move stuff from point A to point B. I've always done that as a side gig or just extra money or, just whatever, helping people out, whatever. So I said, hey, I can turn this into a business. I can start making money from this, okay? So that's what kind of steered me in that direction. So that's why I say, if you're gonna start a business, do something that you're already familiar with, do something that you're already comfortable with. Now, do you have to know the ins and outs of it? No, not at all. Because a lot of what a business owner does, you're figuring stuff out. There's not a playbook. There's not a manual on, hey, this is how you go from here to here. If that was the case, everybody would get it. Everybody would do it. It would be easy. Excuse me, y'all. It's freaking cold down here where I'm at. It's freaking 20-some degrees outside. So I just came in from outside. So anywho, so yeah, just pick something that you're comfortable with, something that you know about, okay? So for me, it was transport. So in my field, you need a vehicle, you need trailers, and that sort of thing. Now, another tidbit I can give, gee whiz, y'all have to apologize, man. Geez, sorry about that, y'all. But people think whenever they start a business that you have to go out and get brand new equipment, brand new this, brand new that, top of the line this, top of the line, and that is not the case. Trust me. not the case. Get you something that's reliable. If you already have, it's good. Like I say, this goes back to, like I say, if you already have a hobby or something that you're doing, more than likely you probably already got all the stuff that you already need. So you're not having to go out and spend money trying to get the stuff that you need. You know what I mean? You already got it. So don't worry about buying the latest, greatest equipment. Don't worry about that. You know, work with what you got, because that's going to help you, because you're going to spend money starting a business. You're going to do that. As the old saying goes, it takes money to make money. So you're going to spend some money, but don't spend money where you don't necessarily have to. Okay? So that's another thing, you know, that I will give people. Also, look at growing your business, as far as not growing it in a sense to where you're trying to hire employees and you want people to work for you. Not in that sense. I'm talking about growing your business as far as the work or the product that you sell, or you know, a service that you have. Look at growing that. Okay? So if you're not, for instance, like if you're not into talking to people, sales probably isn't gonna be your top thing. It's probably not gonna be what you want to get into, right? So, but if you're just a casual shopper and you're constantly looking at shoes to buy or something like that, there you go, shoe resale. You know, that's just kind of give you an example, but that's something to look at also. Something else that I would recommend for businesses is your advertising. How are you going to advertise? I would get, of course, you start off with business cards. Get you, 100 to 200 business cards. Just, you don't have to get the 500. You don't have to get the 1,000. Get you 100 to 200, because you're just starting off. You're just trying to get your feet wet. You're just trying to get in the door, okay? They don't have to be fancy. They don't have to be, over the top. You put the name of the business, how they can contact you, and the services that you offer. That simple, okay? And then get to passing them out. Pass them out. Leave them on mailboxes, in mailboxes. Leave them on car windshields. The field that you're going into, leave them at other businesses of that industry. So, for instance, if you're into, let's say, mechanics, if you're trying to open up a mechanic shop or a mobile mechanic, go around to other mechanic shops. Now, some of these guys, they're going to look at you as competition, which is fine. That's okay. But what they're also doing is you can build alliances that way. You start to network with people, because say if they go over to Joe Blow, try to get their car fixed, and Joe Blow's way too high. Well, Joe Blow might be like, well, man, I know your budget is, not around my price range, but hey, a buddy over here, they can probably help you out. And there you go. And then that's how you start to get clientele from referrals and things of that nature. So I would tell people, don't be scared to pass out, your info to other businesses that's in the same industry that you are. Don't be scared, because you're going to have to get out there anyway. You're going to have to compete with them anyway. So make it a positive thing and start to network. All right. money, I would say you don't have to have a whole hell of a lot of money to start a business. Okay? You don't. I know people who have started lawn businesses and they went out and they got, business cards and door hangers and everything of that nature. And these guys have got just a push mower in the back of their Honda Accord. You got to start somewhere. Don't think, oh, I have to buy a 2025 F-250 truck. I got to buy a 2025 trailer. I got to buy the latest, greatest, biggest, newest lawnmower. You don't have to do that. You don't. Trust me. Trust me, you don't. You really don't. And that's how a lot of people go backwards when starting off a business, is because they're trying to do too much too fast. Baby steps. You've heard that all your life. I mean, take the advice. Take the advice. Okay? So, this video is kind of all over the place a little bit. But their question was kind of vague. So I'm going to be kind of vague with my answer. If you want specific things, then ask specific questions. So, another thing, I would tell people is study the industry that you want to get in. Study that industry before you get into it, before you hop into it. Okay? Don't just jump head first, because there may be some things that you don't expect. There may be some things that could possibly stop you in your tracks if you don't know about it. So, like for instance, I'll give you a quick story from myself. Remember how I was telling y'all my employer, kind of gave us the option to, do what we had to do as far as the COVID shot. And, we only had a few months before they made a decision what they was going to do as far as with our jobs, right? Well, I started my LLC and I jumped out there. Not really, I knew about my industry, but I didn't know about my industry, if that makes sense. Like one of my biggest hurdles, was the cost of something. I'll reveal what that cost was in another video probably. I'll probably go back and make another video for the exact field that I got into later on down the line. But yeah, so y'all, a lot of these videos I'm not gonna show my face because my face isn't important. What I'm saying is more important. So I had one subscriber like, man, why do you make videos and you don't show your face? Because my face doesn't matter what my face looks like. So hear the message, don't worry about the messenger. So anyway, this is just a quick video for you guys. Just thought I should, make it, get it off my chest real quick. So if you guys want to see future videos, of anything, like I said, I want to interact with you guys a lot more. So any questions that you guys may have, if I have the answer, I'll make a video. If I don't have the answer right away, I'll make something happen and then I'll make a video. So anything you guys want to know, anything you guys want to see, comment below, and we're gonna make it do what it do. So again, thank you to all my current subscribers. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. Like I said, we want to take it up this year. So I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. This video is already too long. So y'all got anything y'all want to know, holler at me later. All right.